Yeah. Every hood's the same. Every hood's the same. Come on. They give us guns and drugs, then wonder why in the fuck we thugs. They wanna count the slugs.
Alright guys, welcome to the first proper edition of The Novo Effect, my weekly wrestling video here on YouTube. I am Novo, and for all of you who didn't see my video the other day, I'm going to be doing this on a weekly basis. My inspiration, obviously, Bill and Doug, who do their WWE Sucks TNA rules, and also Truthslayer. And speaking of Truthslayer, I want to send a message out to him. Truthslayer, if you're watching, which I hope you are, I'd quite like to know a lot more about ROH. I'm a big wrestling fan. I've heard a lot of good things about ROH, but I've never really took the time to watch it. And you, obviously, from your videos, I've kind of gathered that you do watch it a lot. So, Truthslayer, if you're watching, or if any of Truthslayer's fans are watching, would you please let him know, excuse me, that I want to talk to him about ROH and stuff, and ask him to get in touch with me. First thing I want to talk about is the news about Glacier, a former WCW wrestler who couldn't wrestle worth the shit and has passed it. Was recently at WWE's television tapings in Orlando. Vince, why the fuck would you want to sign Glacier, man? He sucks. Guy can't fucking wrestle. He doesn't even come from the North or the South Pole, so what the fuck, man? That's just my prerogative on the thing. I think it's stupid. He hasn't been in business or wrestled in a decent federation or a good fucking opponent for that matter for what, a good 8-9 years now. In my opinion, he's past it. Saturday night's main event got a 2.2 rating from NBC. Once again, I am a WWE fan, but Vince, you're fucking going about it all wrong, man. I know that was like a time slot for Saturday Night Live or whatever, but still, Glacier, man. Not Glacier, I've just fucking spoken about him. Vince, you need to get your act together, because your company, obviously it's the most well-known wrestling company right now, but it's just missing something. You've got a lot of fucking good talent on the roster, man. Use it. Also, reportedly this Monday is going to be the WWE draft. I'm going to be back with a video on Wednesday all about the draft, because I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they do with the draft. Jesse the Body Ventura is meant to be there. I was a big fan of him back in the day, so I bet apparently he's going to be there for this Vince McMahon appreciation night. They've also got Steve-O from Jackass there. I know he's going to be having a match at SummerSlam, but I don't know how he's going to work out the whole Vince McMahon appreciation thing. Now, 1 week from today, June the 17th, live on pay-per-view, TNA, 5 years in the making, brings Slammiversary. This pay-per-view promises to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest fucking pay-per-view in TNA history. I'm a huge TNA fan, I'm a huge wrestling fan, and right now TNA is wrestling. All you WWE fans that want to hate on me right now, look, I'm sorry, man. You really have to watch TNA, because right now TNA is wrestling. I'm going to run down some of the matches on the card. We have Sabin versus Black Machismo Jay Lethal for the X Division title. Personally, I'm really hoping Black Machismo wins, because he's so fucking over right now. No matter where you go, no matter who likes TNA or who in wrestling you're talking to about TNA, Black Machismo is so over, and personally I think Chris Sabin, his cocky attitude, to me the gimmick's stale, it's overly used, and I mean, yes, Sabin can wrestle, but I just don't like the guy, so hopefully Black Machismo win. TNA tag team titles now. Team 3D versus the Steiner Brothers. I'm really looking forward to this match. I'm a huge Steiner Brothers fan, especially Big Papa Pump. Sure, he's not as good as he once was. He's a big buff, steroid freak and all that shit, but I'm hoping the Steiner Brothers, they probably won't win, but I'm hoping they go all out, and because that promises to be one hell of a match. You've also got Eric Young versus Robert Roode. Now, many people are saying that this match isn't going to be shit, but I'm telling you guys, the story's been built up so well, and it's obvious to me, it's going to be Eric Young's contract on the line, obviously, but Eric Young, he's so over with the fans. The guy can wrestle really well. I am a Robert Roode fan, because he has got a lot of potential to be a good main eventer if he gets the right push, but Eric Young, so charismatic, so full of ability, a pure wrestler, The guy is amazing. I'm rooting for Eric Young in that match. Also, you got Bob Backlund against Alex Shelley. I don't really know what TNA's thinking with that match, but I mean, nah. You also got the Voodoo Kid Mafia against the Basham and Damager. Right from the beginning, I've not really been a big fan of the whole VKM, Christy Hemme type thing. So I'm not really going to comment much on that match. I'm really looking forward to Sting versus the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. I am a huge Christopher Daniels fan, and it's so good to see him in this new gimmick, this emotionless, I wouldn't say reckless, emotionless person who doesn't give a fuck, and taking it to Sting. I'm not a big Sting fan, but Sting has done a lot for the company since he came back out of retirement and stuff. I'm glad to see Christopher Daniels is getting a push to the main event. I think that's really good for him. If they do it right, it could be really good for the company as well. It's obviously a really big boost for his career, because I don't think anyone's really seen him in the main event picture. But I'm rooting for Christopher Daniels in that match, and it's going to be one hell of a match. And the main event only happens once a year in TNA, and that's the King of the Mountain match. You've got AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, and most probably Christian Cage. That's going to be, I mean, the King of the Mountain match in itself is one hell of a match. Doesn't matter who you fucking put in it, it is one hell of a match. Personally, I think it's probably going to be either Kurt Angle after what happened last month at Sacrifice, but personally, I'm kind of rooting for Samoa Joe. You know, he's been there just over 2 years. It'll be 2 years now, maybe just over 2 years since he's been with the company. They've pushed him so well into the main event. He got screwed, so to say, in his match against Christian Cage, which was another excellent match a few months back. But new TNA title, a guy who hasn't held it yet, who really does deserve to hold a major wrestling title, because he's just came on leaps and bounds in the wrestling world the past 3-4 years, and that is Samoa Joe. It is going to be one hell of an event, Slammiversary, June 17th, ordered on pay-per-view. I think it's $29.95 over in the US, really cheap over here in Britain as well. So honestly, you will not be disappointed. TNA is going up and up and up in the wrestling world. Like Bill and Doug saying, TNA rules. It really does. That's all for today's edition of the Nova Effect. I'll be back Wednesday, because I'm not working on Wednesday, with more news from around the world of wrestling, and also a look back at Monday's WWE Draft. And also, Truth Slayer, please get in contact with me and order TNA Slammiversary June 17th pay-per-view. I'll see you all on Wednesday, guys.